everyone. I want you to welcome 22-year-old Jessica and her 23-year-old sister, Cassie, to the Maury Show. Now, if anybody heard their stories, you would have to admit that these two young ladies have been through hell. Not only were they given up by their mother when they were babies, they never knew who their father was. And then 5 years ago, Cassie tracked down a man named Marcus on Facebook, a man who relatives said could be their father. But since then, events have taken place that lead Marcus to believe he might be Cassie's father, but he doesn't think he's Jessica's father. Listen to their story.
I had an awful childhood. My mother put me and my sister Cassie in foster care when I was only 2 years old. I never knew who my father was. Only thing I ever knew was his name was Marcus.
5 years ago, I found Marcus on Facebook. I must have messaged 100 Marcus Walkers until the right one finally wrote me back. He's claimed to have been looking for us all these years, but who knows?
When I went to go meet Marcus for the first time, it was very awkward. I noticed that he was treating my big sister Cassie way better than me, and it really hurt my feelings.
A lot of family members have been telling us that Marcus is not Jessica's father. So I told Marcus about this, and he started saying behind our backs that he was not Jessica's father.
I need to know if Marcus is my father.
So, Jessica, you called our show.
I got tired of the accusations, and I just want to know who my dad is.
And the accusations are what?
That he is not my dad.
Do you think he's your father?
Maury, I'm not sure, and it's really hurting me because I feel like I don't look anything like him,
right.
But I've always had that love there for him.
Right.
And he's like, I was told that was my dad. So, I expected that love from him.
But he had doubts, and we'll get into that
Yes.
too, okay? Cassie, you were the one who found Marcus, right?
Yes, I was.
And you, I guess both, at one point, went to live with them.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about you two when it comes to your childhood.
Okay.
This is the story I heard. Your mother took you to a daycare center one time and just left you all there.
Yep, and she never came back. She didn't fill my father in on anything that was going on, so truthfully, he didn't even know.
Marcus did not.
No, none of our family knew what happened.
About you.
He knew about us, and he thought we were in Puerto Rico the whole time.
And what you didn't know was he paid child support for both of you until you were 18 years old.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm sure the way you all grew up, maybe you never saw any of that money.
No,
Nope,
we did
not at all.
not. Not 1 ounce of the money.
So what happened was that you two eventually were split up.
Yes.
You went to foster care.
Yeah, and my sister, she got adopted. They did take me away. I was 6 years old. And I didn't get adopted until 6 years later.
And so it was difficult.
Very,
Right.
very. I had a very different upbringing from Jessica.
So tell me, Cassie, where did this name Marcus come from?
My birth mom had brought him up a few times during visits, but never really talked about him. As I got older, I got more curious. I had a few personal things happen, deaths that occurred, and I wanted my own family dynamic, and that involved my whole entire family, from adoptive to biological. So I set it my goal to find him. I felt like he deserved to know who we are, we deserve to know him, and we need that relationship.
But you found him,
Yes.
I guess, on Facebook.
Yes.
And Jessica, you were the first one to meet him.
Yes, I was.
What did you think when you first saw him?
The first time I saw him, it was emotionally awkward for me. I didn't feel the connection or the love.
You went to live with him for a period of time.
Yeah,
Him and his wife.
yeah, I had nowhere to stay. I was living outside with a group of friends
Right.
because I had gotten kicked out of my mom's house.
What happened was you didn't think that Lolita accepted you.
I felt like we clashed very badly.
I've always accepted Jessica as my stepdaughter.
No.
I
as,
think-
as Marcus is
I
my
think
husband.
they're
You
one and the same
haven't.
person. That's why I think you guys can clash sometimes. You guys like to have the last word. You guys
Yeah.
love to be right, which is
No,
okay.
Cassie, the
but
whole thing
no.
is You and Jessica both are Marcus' kids, as far as I'm concerned, until we get these DNA results back. I never once denied Jessica, or did I deny you. I accepted both of y'all into my household.
But, do you think Marcus is the father of these two young women?
I've always thought that up until a month ago when the questions started coming around when we came home and Cassie told us both that he may not be Jessica's father. So we said, well, if he may not be Jessica's father, what makes us think that he may be your father? So let's just get everybody tested at one time.
Okay. Do you want me to read the results that he's the father of both of these young women?
Yes, that would be very nice.
Okay. Please welcome Marcus, everybody.
Both of y'all know I never denied either one of y'all, me or my pockets. So please don't act like
I don't know that
know
your
I
pockets
never,
did
I never
anything.
denied you. But
I
that
wasn't
wasn't
there for
my
your money.
fault. That was your mom's fault.
It's not even that.
It wasn't my
You
fault.
have never shown
It
the
wasn't
love
my
that you
fault.
showed for her to me.
How could you say that?
How couldn't I?
How could you say that?
It's always been awkward.
You live with me first.
But that's the thing, whether I lived with you or not.
You lived with me
You
first,
and Cassie
and
have
you
a
left
better
my
relationship than
house.
we have ever had. It's
You
not
left
even
my
that.
house without me even knowing you left.
Marcus.
Don't lie on me in front of people like that.
Marcus, let's talk about this. You say you tried to find them.
Yeah.
And what prevented you from finding them?
Well, their last names
Pure
changed.
laziness.
Their last names changed. I didn't know where they were. I ran into their mom's brother, and he said they was in Puerto Rico somewhere. And I haven't seen their mom in 20 years.
By the
So,
way,
I don't know.
when they were very small, you saw them.
Yes,
Is that right?
you sure did.
Yeah, 3 days before she left us at the babysitter's house. That was
Sure
the last
did.
time he saw us.
How old were you're a year apart? How old were you all when?
I was
two.
3. She was 2.
So until then,
did.
you had seen them.
Yeah.
When they were young.
You know, next thing I know, CPS comes to my door and say that she took him to the babysitter and left. You know, and I didn't know
And
what
you
to do
paid
about
child
that.
support
Oh,
till they were
been
18?
paying it. Been paying it. Yeah. Me personally, I didn't know that they wasn't getting the money. I explained this situation to both of them.
Do you have more doubt about Jessica than you do about Cassie?
I thought both of them was my daughters until a month ago.
Did some family members get into your ear?
There was a story that I recalled of my other sister. Her father said that there was an Italian guy at a bar with green eyes that used to sing to her all the time, and he was curious if that was Jessica's dad because she has green eyes.
We're going to settle this. I assume you want to be
fine
the
with it.
father of both these
Listen,
young ladies.
I love both of them. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Marcus, before I read the results, anything you want to say to these two?
Really, I want to rekindle our relationships, if it's possible.
In the case of 22-year-old Jessica, Marcus, you are not. And in the case of 23-year-old Cassie, Marcus, you are not.
I ain't gonna run off.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh my God.
It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Ain't nothing gonna change. You hear me?
Oh my God.
Come here. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Look, I know this is a shock, okay? If there's any way we can help, if there's any way we can move this somewhere else, maybe talk to your mom, maybe talk to your other relatives. If there's anything we can do, please let us know. You deserve to know, right? And I'm sure he's still going to be in your life.
Yeah, ain't going nowhere. Let me go in the room.
Thanks for watching this dramatic DNA reveal. If you want to see more paternity stories, click here. And be sure to subscribe to be the first to know about all new DNA drama.